Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start with chapter number 7 of the textbook, that is data file handling. Let us look to the introduction part. So it says most computer programs work with files. This is because files help in storing information permanently. Word processor create document files. Database program create files for information. Compiler read source file and generate executable files. So we see it is the file that is mostly worked with inside the program. A file itself is a bunch of bytes stored on some storage device like tape or magnetic disk. In C++, file input or output facilities are implemented through a component, header file of C++ standard library. This header file is fstream.h. The fstream library predefines a set of operations for handling file-related input and output. It defines certain classes that help us to perform file input and output operations. So now let us learn in detail about fstream header file. In C++, input or output operations are very similar to the console input and output operation. So the file operation make use of stream as an interface between the program and the file. A stream is a general name given to a flow of data at the lowest level. So we can say a stream is a sequence of bytes. So here it says that when we want to use other file which is not in the program, such as Word file or Notepad file, then to use it into our program we will use fstream.h header file in the C++ program. The next point is the stream that supplies data to the program is known as input stream. It reads the data from the file and hand it over to the program. So this line explains that when we want to get data from the external file or outside the program, then we will use this input stream. The next point is the stream that receives data from the program is known as output stream. It writes the received data to the file. So the point says that when we want to write something to the external file, then we will use output stream. The last point says that the file input or output system of C++ contains a set of classes that defines the file handling method. So the next given image clarifies that how we can get the data from the disk and paste it into it. With the help of output stream we can write the data into the file, external files, and with the help of input stream we can get the data from the external file and use it in our program. Now the next image specifies the hierarchy of classes of the header file, where in the input output stream we can see this IO stream and I stream and O stream. So this is for the console part. Now for the files we will use IF stream and OF stream. So the next we have the summarized table of function of file stream class. The description for each of the class is given over here. From that the important are IF stream. It says that being an input file stream class, it provides input operation of a file and its functions are get line and read. The second one is OFStream. Being an output file stream class, it provides the output operation. The function over here used are put and write. And the last one is FStream. It is an input and output file stream class. It provides support for simultaneous input and output operations. So both of this can be merged together, and instead of writing each of them individually, we can just write FStream. Now the next is data files. The data files are the files that stores data pertaining to a specific application. So it says that it is a file that is used to store a data in a particular format into a specific application. The data file can be stored in two ways: text file and binary file. Now let us see what is a text file. A text file stores information in ASCII characters. In text file, each line of the text is terminated with a special character known as EOL character, which is end of line character. So this text file contains all the characters or letters, we can say, into its file storage. The next one is binary file. A binary file is just a file that contains information in the same format in which the information is held in memory. So it stores its value or data in 0 or 1 format, which we can say it is a binary file. You can think of text files as sequence of bytes broken into subsequence with a special end of line character. Processing of this special character end of line leads to some internal translation taking place. It is not the case with binary files. The next point is, when you work with files in C++, unless you specify, files are by default considered and treated as text files. So we can say that default files are text file. Now let us see how the files open and close. So opening and closing of files. So first let us see how to open a file. In C++, you open a file, you must first obtain a stream. There are three types of streams, that are input, output and input or output. So input stream you can use, output stream you can use, or input and output stream, that is FStream. To create an input stream, you must declare the stream to be of a class IFStream. So this we had discussed in the table previously. To create the output stream, you must declare it as a class OFStream. Streams that will be performing both input and output operations must be declared as class FStream. Now there are two ways to open the file. So here the last point is, opening of file can be achieved in two ways. First one is using the constructor function of the stream class, and the second one is using the function open. All this we will see in the example or the program example. The next one is opening file using constructor. So there were two ways to open a file. Let us see how to open a file with a constructor. The constructors of stream class, that is IFStream, OFStream or FStream, are used to initialize file streams object with the file name passed to them. So this says that if we want to open a file with the help of constructor, we have to initialize the file stream object with the file name. Now the next point is, to open a file, data file, as an input file, we shall create a file stream object of input type. that is ifstream type. So to write it, the syntax is ifstream, that is a keyword, we have to mention it, then input file, and then in a bracket we have to give a data file first, and with the comma after that you have to write ios:" in. This part we will understand in the later slides of our presentation, which gives us a table of a constant, but for now you understand it as a file mode constants. Okay. Now the last point is, now to read from this file, this stream object will use the get from operator, which is this symbol as shown below. So we can create a variable with char ch, then input file, the name is given and the get from operator is used, and then the variable name, which is char. Same for the integer or float you can use. Here the example for float is given. Now here we have an image which represents that the data being read from the data file using an input stream. The next is when you want a program to write, that is to open an output file. This will be accomplished by first one, creating output stream object to manage the output stream, and the second is associating the object with a particular file. For instance, we have to write of stream, which is a keyword, then output file, then again in the parenthesis you have to write secret, any string over here, comma, and then ios, then scope resolution operator and out with a semicolon at the end. This would create an output stream object named as out. This is just a name given anyhow, so you can write out or output like this way also, file, and attach the file secret with it. Now to write something into it, you can use this input operator, you can say this input file operator in the similar way. For example, here we have given a value to the code, that is int, code is a variable name, is equal to some code we have given. Now to give that to the file, we have to write the syntax like this way. Opening a file for output using stream class constructor creates a file name if there is no file of that name on the disk. However, if the act of opening it for output scrap it off so that output starts with a fresh line or fresh file. The connections with a file are closed automatically when the input and output stream object expires, that is when they go out of the scope. You can close a connection with a file explicitly by using a close method, that is you have to write the file name dot close. Again for the input you have to write inpt, which is the name of the file, dot close, and with the empty parenthesis, so no arguments are to be passed. Same way for the output. The next is opening files using open function. So there may be a situation requiring a program to open more than one file. The strategy of opening multiple files depends upon how they are being used. It is the situation require simultaneously processing of two files, then you need to create a separate stream for each file. However, if the situation demands sequential processing of files, then you can open a single stream and associate it with each file in turn. To use this approach, Declare a stream object without initializing it. Then use a second statement to associate the stream with a file. For instance, over here, first statement is we have created an input stream. So with if stream and the random name given over here, we can create an input stream. Then the next is associated with it with the file name. We have written a stream name called open and with a parenthesis. Now this master.dat is a file which is to be opened in the program of C++ and iOS, then scope resolution IN, that we will learn in the next slides. After applying all the process onto it, we are closing it. So this is a line where it terminates the association with master.dat. Now again, if I want to open the new file, then I will use the open function, and then after doing the process on it, we have to close it, or we can close it. So the code let us handle the reading of two files successively. Note that the first file, when it is closed, before we are opening the new file. It is necessary because the stream can be connected to only one file at a time. Now the next topic is the concept of file modes. So till now we were using iOS, then scope resolution, and then in, out, all those things we were using. So what is that called? That is called an file modes. The file mode describes how a file is to be used to read from it or to write it or to append it and so on. The syntax for it is we have to write a stream object dot open. If we are using for open, we will have to write open. Then file name we have to give over here, comma. Then what we used to write over here was iOS, then scope resolution and in or out. So that is called an file. If open is not successful, the stream object stores null or zero value in it. Let us look to the table containing all the constants for the file mode. There are 8 of them, and you can use it with different streams given over here. So now you can pause the video and go through the meaning of the constants and their stream type. The next point is closing a file. Function close flush the buffer before terminating the connection of file with the stream. So as already mentioned, a file is closed by disconnecting it with a stream it is already associated with. The close function accomplishes this task. So with the syntax given over here, we can see that we have to write the stream object, then period sign, and then close function is to be written. For example, we have to write the stream function which is fout.close. So now let us look to the step to process a file in your program. Before you actually start using and manipulating file in your program, let us discuss the steps you need to follow in order to use files in your program. So there are 5 steps to be used while the file is being used in the C++ program. So the first one is determine the type of link required. So here it says that the first step requires the identification of type of link required. If the data is to be brought in from a file to memory, then the link can be said to be as file to memory link. So file to memory, because we are bringing the data from the file to the memory. Similarly, if the data is to be sent from memory to file, then the link is said to be memory to file link. So we are sending the data from memory to the file, so it is said memory to file. And if the situation demands both type of link, then two-way, that is file to memory and memory to link or file, link are to be created. So both way link can be created if it is a demand to have both way link. To describe this, we have one figure which is been shown over here. We have links which is file to memory, that is into the memory, so we are giving the data into the memory, input process. The second one is memory to file, so that is an output process for the program to be done. And if there are both the things, that is input and output process. Now the second one is declare the stream for the desired type of link. So it says that after determining the type of link required, the next step is to create a stream for it. In order to create a file stream, the header file, that is fstream.h, is included in the program. And if you have included fstream.h, then there is no need to include iostream.h, that is for cin and cout, which we used in the previous program or previous lectures till now. So once if we have written fstream, there is no need to write iostream.h. For a specific input or output, we can write ifstream for input and ofstream for the output. To understand it more clearly, let us look to the table given over here. It looks similar to the first step, but here the stream class are been added. So if it is from file to memory, then we will use ifstream. If it is from the memory to file, then we will use ofstream, and if it is both the ways, then we will use just the fstream.h. So these are the header files which are to be used. Example is given over here, and with the help of that you can use it. Now the third step is attach the desired file to the stream. So after declaring streams, the next step is to link the file with desired streams. This is done by opening the desired file, and as you have learnt in the previous section that a file can be opened in two manners. First one is using constructor and second is using open function. The fourth step is now process as required. Under this step, whatever process is required for the given problem is to be performed. For instance, our given example problem requires us to read the mark and roll number from the student of the class and store it them into the file name marks.dat, which is data. So by using get from operator or put from operator, which is double greater than or double less than sign, we can declare the required output. Process. The fifth one is close the file link with stream. So this step is the final step where we de-link the file with stream, which is we cut the connection with the stream. This is performed through close function, which we have learned in the previous slide. For instance, if the file stream name is fin, then we have to write it as fin.close and with the parenthesis using in it. No arguments are to be passed. So these were the steps of the program for the file to open the file, put the data or process the data into it, and then close it. Now let us look to the program how it will run. So now here in the program I have added all three header file. Two are the usual one and one more or one new header file, that is fstream.h. You can use both of them with the new one. This old one or the previous header files I have used because I want to use clear screen and cout or cin in this program. Now I have written void main for the program, then the clear screen. You know the advantage of using both of them. Then over here I have written OF stream and the variable name, or the name I have given to that file stream. This is because we want to give the output to the file which we are going to create. Now in the second line I have used the stream name and then dot open function I have used. In that I am specifying the file name, and so this file name would be created. Just now it is not there in the program. This program will create that file and write the data into it, and this is the out file mode that I am specifying it. Then I have used 3 different characters that we will use in the program. Now here I have used the do while loop, as it will tell us, or it will allow us to write the program as many times as we want. It works like a for loop, but it will work till the condition do not get false. Then the first over here is getting the roll number from the user. Then the second is getting the marks from the user. Now this line is important for the program. This is to give the data which is collected from the user to the file. So here, as you can see, I have given, so we are using the same operator as the out operator. So this was used to give the output to the console, which is the black screen, and this function, or this outf, which we have used for the OF stream, which is out stream, will give the data to the text file, which is marks.txt. So here I have written the statement as I used to write for the cout. Then this is the usual statement which I have written. This will tell us that do we want to enter more mark than what we have entered. So if we want to enter 2, 3 marks, roll number and marks for the student, then we can add it. Then we have to write y, otherwise we have to write n. Then at the end I have closed the OF stream and then get ch to hold the output. Let us run the program to see it. Okay, so now it is waiting for us to enter the roll number. I am entering 1 and the marks are, let me put it, 100. Now it is asking, do you want to enter more marks? So I am writing yes, y for yes. So it will allow me to write the another roll number, and for this for this person I will write 50 marks. Now I am writing no, this much is enough, I want 2 records only. I will press and enter. Now the output would be seen in the text file. So let us see the output in the text file. Here you have to open the drive. Then in the C drive you have to click on it, then find Turbo C. In that you have to find the bin, and in the bin you will find the marks.txt file. Now let me open it and show you. So as you can see, we had written roll number 1 and marks 100 for the first roll number, and roll number 2 and 50. So this is how you can open a file and write the data into the text file or data file, DAT file, Word file also you can write the data into it. So here we end our session. In the next session we will start with the remaining topic of data file handling. Till then, please do watch all my previous video, subscribe my channel, like my video, share it with your friends, and please do comment it. Thank you.